You are watching The Horizon, the voice of the Amber Woman, exclusively on ABC Amber TV.
Mutumbu, mama yo, na ya boy go get her. Blue Jay Borders. Mama you kind, mama you're beautiful, mama you good, mama you're wonderful. No woman like you, mama. No woman like you, mama. Thank God for you, mama. Thank God for you, mama. 'Cause you gave me life, oh mama. Queen of my life, oh mama. I go love you for life, oh mama. 'Cause you love me so, oh mama. From small beginning, I never forget all the suffer when you suffer for me. Oh yeah, yeah. All the pain and the troubles where I put you through. I remember when money no be there and chop no be there for her. You be the try your best. You go run around to find us something where we go chop. When I dey sick, you know the sleep. You go the cry all night. You go hold me tight, start to pray, say God make you help my baby. Oh Lord, ooh, I wo ye choma. Afunga na bere ye funga choma. Ambama na bere ye ambama choma. Ega na chinyu ye ga choma. Mama, I wo ye choma. Afunga na bere ye funga choma. Ambama na bere ye ambama choma. Ega na chinyu ye ga choma. Ega choma, mama. Ega na chinyu ye ga choma. Chinyu ye ga choma. Oh, you gave me life, oh mama. Queen of my life, oh mama. I will love you for life, oh mama. 'Cause you love me so, oh mama. You're my motivation. You gave me the best education, mama. The song where I sing I'm for you. Now it's special dedication to you. Oh yeah. I know say every night and day you pray say make a mama. The God where you the pray I'm for heaven done. Give me this inspiration, mama. The song where I sing I'm for you. Now to show my appreciation to you. Ubi ya wo ye choma. Afunga na bere ye funga choma. Ambama na bere ye ambama choma. Inga na chinum ye ga choma. Mama wo ye choma. Afunga na bere ye funga choma. Ambama na bere ye ambama choma. Inga na chinum ye ga choma. Chinum ye ga choma. Chinum ye ga choma. Chinum ye ga choma. You gave me life, oh mama. Queen of my life, queen of my life. I will love you for life. I will love you for life. 'Cause you love me so, oh mama. You gave me life, mama. Queen of my life, mama. I will love you for life, oh mama. 'Cause you love me so, oh mama. Selelele, ale mama, 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 selelele, ale mama. Oh, that's so, mother's day, that's so.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to The Horizon, the voice of the Amber Woman. This is my patience, or Dr. Biedu, whatever you want to call me. And it's my pleasure to welcome you to The Horizon. We are staying the course. I want to thank everyone for a wonderful October 1st celebration. This really is the year of acceleration, and we have really accomplished so much in 2023. You will all agree with me from October 1st celebrations that Ambazonia is free. The Department of Women's Service will have more to share with you on October 1st in forthcoming productions. Today we have a special guest on the horizon. It's going to be tricky because he's not on camera for his own protection. And we're hoping that he's hearing me and able to respond when he's cued in. He's someone we call Dr. Rufasa. Dr. Rufasa is a standard administrator, a teacher, an educationist with a wealth of information and experience on CEMAC administration. I will give him the opportunity to introduce himself some more. But please, Doc, be careful about what you say. We know you're calling from somewhere in Africa. We're not going to tell our audience the particular country to keep you safe and secure. And if you can hear me, please go ahead and introduce yourself some more, please. Dr. Rufasa. You may want to increase your volume if you have problems with the sound. I knew this was going to be challenging, but I'm sure we can walk through all the nuances to have a great production today. So if you're hearing me and you're speaking, you may want to speak a little bit louder. Well, while our technician tries to get him on, I'm going to just say a few other things that are not related to today's topic, just to keep us going till he comes back. Again, I was talking before about October 1st celebrations, that it was really properly executed all over the world. In different regions, different countries, starting with Washington, D.C., where the president was, and then, of course, Berlin, the main site of location celebration in the diaspora, and Brazil, of course, and Los Angeles. We will come with future productions in the next 2 or 3 Fridays to delve more into how October 1st was celebrated. But most thrilling were the images from the home front, showing that our people are free indeed. Our people are free indeed. Freedom is in the mind and the actions that showed how they are resolved never to be second-class citizens, never to be slaves, never to be special status, as La Republic would want them to be. Looks like we're still having some challenges with our guest. In that case, I'm going to give a little bit of announcement that I just came across, which I can read because it's important. Let me get this quickly. And in the meantime, we hope the technician will take care of the problem we're having. And that announcement is that the Secretary of State, Mayorkas, has announced the extension and redesignation of Cameroon for temporal protected status, TPS, for another 18 months. So from December 8, 2023 through June 7, 2025. This is great news for our nation, Ambazonia. It means that the United States of America still understands that there is outright war in our country. And so people that are living in the United States of America without proper documentation can seek total protected status and remain here and not be sent back to La République du Cameroun. So this is great news. I'm sure La République du Cameroun is not happy with this. So it reads, Washington, Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas today announced the extension and redesignation of Cameroon for TPS for 18 months from December 8, 2023 through June 7, 2025, due to ongoing armed conflict and extraordinary and temporal conditions in Cameroon that prevent individuals from safely returning. The corresponding Federal Register notice provides information about how to register as a new or current beneficiary for TPS under Cameroon's extension and redesignation. Secretary Mayorkas made the decision to extend and redesignate TPS for this population in consultation with interagency partners and with careful consideration of conditions. So I'm going to see if our guest is back. If not, I will continue reading this. But this is great information. Let me see whether the problem has been solved. Not yet. This is supposed to be a great show today, and I really hope that I think he's having internet problems. Dr. Rufasa, are you able to call in now? Can we hear your voice? If not, we're going to try something else. Let me try this. I don't know if this will work. I can call him directly on my phone. Yes, that's better. Okay. This is what we'll do. I'll call him directly on my phone and put my phone, maybe tricky, for him to answer the questions. So let me call him and have him introduce himself.
Dr. Patience.
Yes, Dr. Rufasa, I'm going to put you on the air. It looks like we're having challenges. So you're going to just speak on the phone and speak as loud as you can, and we'll have a show. Okay?
All right. Okay.
All right. So I started by introducing you as a standard administrator, a teacher, an educationist with a wealth of experience in CEMAC. But I would like for you to just give some more information about yourself without, of course, divulging your identity, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I have you on. Go ahead, Dr. Rufasa.
Okay, that is that introduction not enough?
Okay, if you say it's enough, it's good enough for me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's enough.
All right.
Because I don't know what to say anymore.
Okay. All right. In that case, let's go straight to our questions and see what you can tell the people. So I have several questions for you because I've been speaking with you over the months, and I think that you will be a great guest on our show. Unfortunately, the internet did not work well. So my first question for you is this. The population of Southern Cameroons worldwide is approximately 8 to 10 million. Many of our people are on the fence. Are you hearing me clearly? Are you hearing me well? Are you hearing me well?
Yes, I'm
okay.
Hearing you, Dr. Abiedu.
I just want to make sure you get my questions clearly. So there we go. I'll continue.
Yes.
Many are on the fence. They are not committed to our liberation quest. Then there are die-hard Ambazonians, some working overtly like some of us, and others covertly. Without divulging any information that will reveal your identity, how will you describe yourself in terms of your passion for Ambazonia?
Thank you very much, Dr. Abiedu. Well, are you getting me?
Clearly, 5 on 5.
Good. Well, I personally stand firm for the total independence of Ambazonia. In fact, the total independence of Ambazonia is mondial as far as I'm concerned. And I don't really mind about the population. What interests me is the freedom for the people of Ambazonia. And I really pray and want those people who don't even understand what freedom is, who don't really understand what freedom is all about, to be on my side, to fight for this just cause. Just cause here means a truism. It is the truth. We are fighting. We are on the platter of, that is, we are using everything that is truth. Our liberation does not have any falsehood. Mm-hmm. We are telling the truth. Over to you, Dr. Abiedu.
Thank you so much. I can hear the passion in your voice, and I just hope others who are listening, if they were sitting on the fence, may be swayed to join the wagon, join the train, join the plane, whatever you want to call it. Those who are able to support financially should do so. Those who have the international will to help in one way or the other should do so. My next question to you is more political. What are your thoughts about our forefathers, namely Endele, Foncha, Joa, and Muna, and what part they played in the history of Southern Cameroons vis-a-vis the current situation we find ourselves, which is a recolonized people? Over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much, my patience. We should know something. The raison d'être of this struggle is that we are keeping abreast with our history against the evil La République. And in this regard, considering the part our forefathers played therein, I would like us to know that these personalities have no error at all, as far as I'm concerned, as far as history makes us to know their mindsets. But before I continue, Dr. Patience, I would like is void of a personality whom I hold to a very high esteem, namely the Fon of Bafut, His Royal Highness Fon Achirimbi II. In fact, he played a vital role in the history of Southern Cameroons as of the 1961 period. Dr. Patience Abiedu, sorry for calling your name repeatedly. I just want to do that for some emphasis, emphatically, you know.
Understood.
So, yes. So, you remember that the UN ultimatum for our independence was, I quote, "You have independence by either joining the Federal Republic of Nigeria or by joining French Cameroon," unquote. In this assertion or quotation, Fonachirimbi II, hearing this, came out amongst his peers and said, quote, I quote, "Choosing to be with Nigeria or French Cameroon was like choosing to die by fire or by water," unquote. This quotation completely set free our forefathers because the third option of self-independence was denied. Furthermore, our forefathers couldn't have done anything better than what they did because the people who were their masters or hierarchy, put it that way, that is the UN, France, and Britain, were working on manipulation. But our forefathers were working on faith, Dr. Abiedu.
Right.
Our forefathers were working on faith. Right. As they were working on at this juncture, let's look at the two words I just mentioned.
Faith and manipulation.
Manipulation and faith. Critically. Then we tie them to Fon Achirimbi's assertion. Now, the masters of our forefathers were the United Nations, France, and Britain, who practiced manipulation. Our forefathers were like orphans. Here, Papa no de, Mami no de. Only faith or God was to guide their destiny.
Right.
A flashback at what the Fon of Bafut said, joining Nigeria or French Cameroon was like choosing to die by fire or by water. The inevitable here is, you will reckon with me, the inevitable here is death.
Yeah.
Either way, you are bound to die. What next? So when we tie manipulation and faith to Achirimbi's, the Fon Achirimbi's assertion, the ultimate outcome is fighting. When you see that you are in front of fire, Dr. Abiedu, you have to fight. When you see that you are inside water, you have to fight. And fighting to conquer what path? We have to choose a path. Be it with fire or water.
Right.
We must fight, and in fighting, we rely on faith. That is God. Whatever path we choose, we are dying to justify the faith our forefathers stood, for which unmistakably proves that manipulation can never defeat faith. This is why we call this struggle God ordained. I quote, God ordained. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Dr. Abiedu.
I like what you just said, and I'm gonna write it down and publish it. Manipulation can never defeat faith. Manipulation can never defeat faith. I like that. Thank you so much. All right, let me just take a moment and see how I want to share the link, because we started the show, you were supposed to be on, and I'm not sure whether we've shared the link enough. I'm going to ask if the director can share the link for us, but give me a moment, okay? Before I ask the next question.
All right.
This is such an important show that I really want people not to miss it.
Okay. All right.
Okay, let me ask you my next question. So before I go to the next question, so you really highlighted the Fon of Bafut, Fon Achirimbi II, as more like a hero in our history, and you mentioned that our forefathers, Joa, Muna, Endele, really didn't do anything wrong. It was just their belief, their faith in the system. Okay, so let me move on to the next question. All right. So throughout history, it is clear that you cannot keep a people as slaves or disadvantaged without them crying for justice. You cannot keep a people oppressed for a long time. Some examples of this are the blacks in America fought for the end of slavery and equality, and eventually you had a black man as president of the United States of America. The women's suffrage movement took activists and reformers over 100 years to fight for women to have the right to vote, so that on August 18, 1920, the 19th Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America was ratified, and it enfranchised all American women that they deserve the rights and privileges that were given to men. In South Africa, the fight against apartheid lasted almost 50 years. So, with regards to what we are going through, do you think it's just a matter of time that Southern Cameroonians will become a free people, or Do you think the 50,000 people or more than 50,000 people that have been killed have perished in vain? Did you hear my question?
I got it. I got you. I got you very clearly.
Good.
Um, well, uh, when the blacks crossed the Atlantic into America as slaves, the rights of a woman neglected, apartheid ruled South Africa. Well, the authors of all these audio systems, like the filth that is taking place in French Cameroon or Yaoundé, mistakenly thought their setups were going to be permanent. But unfortunately for them, they didn't last long. Blacks and women in America, blacks in South Africa, and Ambazonians now all rose up for their freedoms and equal rights. Dr. Patience, what interests us here is that of Yaoundé or French Cameroon. These goons or manipulators thought they had done it, forgetting to know that one day faith, I come back to the word faith, faith shall lead us and lead us through. That is to rise and fall no more.
Right.
I would like us to know one thing, and it is this: we are out to conquer manipulation of any sort, and not to count number of deaths, but to make sure that the end result is freedom. Thank you.
Wow, that was a great answer to such an elaborate question. Basically, faith shall conquer manipulation, and we will come out a free people, just like history has shown with other disadvantaged people. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Exactly.
My next question to you, let me put it closer to you so that you can hear me well before I put you on this thing. My next question to you is, as someone knowledgeable of Southern Cameroonian elites living in La République du Cameroon and even in Southern Cameroons, do you think most of them will prefer the status quo, which is the ongoing war, because they are profiting economically from the war, or would they prefer an internationally recognized Southern Cameroons?
Well, errors do exist. Those elites living in La République, I don't think anybody can be talking about benefiting when he or she really knows that there is no freedom. In fact, this is when we say the manipulators deceived themselves by thinking that manipulation can conquer faith. No, no, no. They are wrong. When freedom will, Dr. Patience, when freedom will come, those who think that they were gaining will see clearly that they will see clearly what they have lost in the past.
Mm-hmm.
That is inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like you are in the dark and suddenly you find light, and then you start asking yourself,
Mm-hmm.
is this how comfortable and nice looking the light is? And is that how bad I was living? You know, these people living in La Republique, they are just, they are weak-minded people. You know, they are chicken-hearted. They don't know exactly. They are just living there because they are benefiting. It's benefit of the doubt. It's benefit of the doubt. So they don't know what is waiting for them.
Mm-hmm.
If they could know what is waiting for them, honestly speaking, they will just rush back and queue up with us. The freedom fighters, and to conquer our land, to send these thugs away from our land. Thank you.
You know, I'm just going to just have a follow-up question to that one, because it all goes together. So based on what you just said, what do you think the ministers, the parliamentarians, the men of God that are in, men and women of God that are in leadership position, everybody that has a high level position in the government, what do you think they can do right now to bring this to an end? I mean, because they have the power, in my opinion, to do something. What do you think they can do to just make this freedom realized sooner than later?
Yeah, I will tell you, even though they have that power, they have been caged. They have been caged. When you look at somebody like the Archbishop of Bamenda, let me just quote that one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he cannot do something contrary to what the regime wants. He might have the good mind of saving the oppressed and, taking the front line, but his hands are tied. He has been caged. Any effort by him to go out of what La République wants him to do.
Did we lose you? Oh, okay, we're having internet problems. It's reconnecting.
Even though they are caged, they have parliamentary immunity. The only thing the parliamentarians can do now is, to step out of the parliament en masse. When they do that, and it is what the United Nations prescribed some time ago,
mm-hmm.
that if our parliamentarians step out of that parliament, the game is over.
Absolutely.
According to the United Nations, the game is over. Yes. So, what they are doing now, they are dancing Spanish horror, and wherever that will take them to. And as I earlier said, they are just waiting for time. They don't know what is waiting for them, but since they have been caged, they just have to fold their arms and stay. They are chicken-hearted. The parliamentarians are chicken-hearted. They are afraid that if they step out en masse, they will kill them. Since the weapon of La République is killing, you want to say something, they catch you and kill. You want to do this, they catch you and kill. So they are shivering. They cannot do anything. They cannot do anything. But I bet you, if the parliamentarians come out of that parliament, everything is over. It's over. It's over. Thank you.
Well, I hope they are listening to us. I hope this message gets to them, because there's one way they can do that, Dr. Rufasa. They can all get out in en masse and just go to the United States Embassy and seek asylum, seek refuge. They can just go there together and they will not be killed. They will be protected by the embassy.
Exactly.
So if they are listening to us and they really care about their people, they can plan and do this sometime in the near future. You know, we're giving them ideas.
Yes, they are leakers. They are good leakers.
Okay, thank you, Doc. Let me get to my next question. I'm going to put the phone closer so you can hear me well. Then I'll put your response.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next question to you is La République du Cameroon's Foreign Affairs Minister, Bella Bella, in his address to the United Nations General Assembly last month, alluded that peace has returned to the Anglophone Cameroon territory. Now, from what you learn from your contacts on a daily basis, has peace really returned to that part of the world?
No. No, peace has not returned. You see, this is, you know, I ask myself, like you, is that the forum where such an individual has to go and indicate that peace has returned? By the way, where did he send the peace to? Dr. Biedu, where did he send the peace to?
Good question.
You can answer me, and that question, that's the answer to that question.
That's a good one. Where did he send the peace to? The war continues. The war continues.
Yes.
Okay. So, I guess, again, this is perfect. My next question even really highlights the fact that there's no peace. You know, I'm not sure if you got this information, Doc. You know, we have groups like AGOFC, ADF, Remnants of ACT, IG Care, APLM Sokadev. They claim that they are on the table with La République du Cameroon, with Canada as a mediator. Meanwhile, as you probably have seen on ABC Amber TV, President Sako and the People's IG are doing most of the heavy lifting on the ground, keeping home front hot, providing for the refugees consistently. What are your thoughts about this? Do most Ambazonia really realize that Ayabacho works for La République du Cameroon? In fact, recently there was a video that I saw and most Ambazonians saw on social media of two young men that were executed by Cho Ayaba. And these are supposedly people that are supposed to be representing us and being on the table. So I've put a lot in that one question. I like your reaction, Doctor.
Okay. Those pictures, I will start, before I answer the question, I will talk about those pictures. Those pictures where those two young men were killed by Cho Ayaba. You know, what Cho Ayaba is doing is like throwing clouds into our eyes. Give him a chance, he's going to blow us off. You get what I mean?
Yes.
He's going to blow us off. I will not elaborate on that because it doesn't fall within the question. To go back to your question and the answer, I'm engaged with ABC, and there is only one thing I'm interested in. The IG, there's only one thing I'm interested in, and it is the IG. This IG went for the Canada thing. This IG, I'm sorry, please. This IG, contrary to all those groups you have mentioned, did not go for the Canada thing.
Mm-hmm.
The IG boycotted, but stood firmly that any of the factions that went in for or carries Ambazonia to Boya, the IG will be part of them. But if they fail to do that, they will only be coming back to fight the IG or to face the IG. That alone made me to stand firm by the IG and President Sako. In fact, Dr. Sako, for Dr. Sako, it is total freedom for the Ambazonians. Nothing less, nothing more. Total freedom. And Dr. Patience, I will call your attention to the fact that all these factions, the ADL, the AGOFC, the ACT, all of us have realized that they are middlemen. They are middlemen. They are middlemen. They get money from La République to do whatever thing, to live on. They get money from La République to kill our soldiers, and etc., etc. So, personally, I will say, for the second part of the question, personally, I will say yes. But anybody who isn't for the IG and Dr. Sako, I really put a lot of doubts on he or she. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Dr. Rosafa. Let me move on to the next question. So let's look into what is happening in Africa. So looking at the recent trend in Francophone nations, we have seen several coup attempts in Africa within the past few years. The most recent one being the ousting of Ali Bongo of Gabon. What is the likelihood of a coup happening in La République du Cameroon? And will that be beneficial or detrimental to Ambazonia or inconsequential? Thank you.
Okay. I equally have this as question mark. For I have discovered that France is fighting hard to see that she isn't thrown out of Africa, that you reckon with me.
Yes.
The proof is that the coup d'etat in Gabon was faked by France. If not, why did she not ask Gabon? Why did if not, why did France not ask Gabon for a status quo as they did in Nigeria? Yes, in Nigeria they asked for the status quo that they wanted to die for the status quo. If you agree with me, if they wanted to die for the status quo, that Bazoum must come back, Bazoum must come back. If they know that they did not fake that coup d'etat in Gabon, they should ask for the status quo. They should ask for Ali Bongo. They should ask for the return of Ali Bongo. I think I'm done with that question.
What about La République du Cameroon? Do you think that a coup in La République du Cameroon is a possibility?
As I said, I have this as a question mark.
Okay.
Let me elaborate on that. When you look at the ruling class or the president of La République of Cameroon, the French Cameroon president, you will find out that he has created a petit hegemony.
Mm-hmm.
He has created a petit hegemony, which you cannot find that in Gabon or elsewhere in Africa.
Right.
Because immediately after the president, the next circle is still the petit people. The circle following it is the petit people. I mean the military. The other about 3 circles are made up of the petit people. So they talk and listen. They talk and listen. Even let me go back to elections that have been going on in Cameroon. During the election exercise, the petit man says, "Well, I'm tired of this man, but since he's our brother, I must vote him.
Mm-hmm.
I must vote him." And that's what all of them say. Be them Bulus, be them what is that tribe again? Be them the other 2 tribes, something like that. Be them Bulu, be them Etun, be them whatever, all that mix.
Right.
They will go in for a betty man. They say, even though they say shit for house, not a smell. Now we brother.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they do this thing, more vote on the then say maybe this vote go for different place. More vote on the You see, that is a talk. I'm just translating it in pidgin. That's what they do. So it's difficult for a coup. Are you getting me, Dr. Patience?
5 on 5.
5 on 5. Yes. So that makes it very difficult for a coup d'etat to occur in Cameroon, according to my point of view,
Mm-hmm.
according to my own, according to the way I reason. So it is when the coup d'etat took place in Gabon, you see the leader of the French Cameroon now already made some changes
Mm-hmm.
and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That alone tells us that he was making those changes only amongst his own country people. And nothing can happen like that. Nothing can happen like that, Dr. Abiedu. I don't think so. Thank you.
Yes, I think you share the same sentiments with other IG officials that I've spoken to or that have been on ABC. They share the same point of view that it will be very difficult or tricky to carry out a coup d'etat in La République under the current dispensation. All right, so we're doing a fantastic job so far. Thanks for all your brilliant answers. I have one question that is probably... Can you hear me? Are you getting me?
Yes, closer to your phone.
Okay. All right. So I have one question that should be something that is more enlightening, exhilarating, exciting. This has to do with the past Oktoberfest celebrations. October celebrations were outstanding this year. First of all, I hope you saw the videos and pictures on ABC, Amber TV, and on social media. How do you feel about the festivities this year, Doctor?
I was a little bit troubled with the happenings in Ground Zero, but with the activities that took place during this festive period, it was so wonderful that they were so good. In fact, they were so impressive that they went to uplift my spirit. For example, in most of the counties, there was a march past, parades by our ARFs. The population was around, etc., etc. The parades, just to mention those key activities. Parades by the ARFs were at the forefront. Surprisingly,
right.
The other factions like ADF, SOCADEF, etc., were permanently absent. So, it makes us to know that makes us to know whether their absence. In fact, this led me to ask myself whether their absence was a design or an error. Dr. Patience, could that have been their absence in this very important ceremony been a design or an error? I push the question back to you. I push that question back to you.
That's a good question. I believe that let me talk about SOCADEF and IGK and the Marianta IG that I will put on quote, and the Chris Anno IG I'll put on quote. I'm going to keep ADF to the side for now. But those other groups that I've called that are in competition with the People's IG were nowhere to be found because they don't really have any boots on the ground. They could not execute anything on the home front. Now, ADF is another ball game because they work with La Republique. ADF, in my opinion, and that's the opinion of most Ambazonians, are a proxy of La Republique du Cameroon. And they've been criticized in the past, and they had nowhere to show their faces to do any execution of October 1st this year. I think that maybe their conversation with their leader is, remember we just came out of UN General Assembly, and if ADF is there showing that Ambazonia really exists, then it is a negative thing for La Republique du Cameroon. So they didn't even know that our ARFs had the wherewithal to do what they did. So I think they were all shocked to see that our people really stood their grounds and celebrated October 1st. So my answer is that ADF, which works with La Republique, could not go out and do something to augment the fact that our people are free people.
Exactly. And hello?
Yes, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm listening. Yeah, that is perfect, Dr. Abiedo. And I will add to that, you see, I will add to that, to what you have said, that do you know that Chuayaba cannot enter America?
Yes.
Yeah, oh yes, he cannot. He cannot. So, you know, we are not the only persons seeing this man as somebody who has an evil intention. And he has been killing our armies, killing our soldiers, killing our generals and things like that. Externally, a country like America has seen that this man is not a straight man. He's not a straight man. Anyway, I will not elaborate on that.
Well, maybe one day we'll have a show on him if time permits. But sometimes we don't even want to give him so much notoriety. Well, Doc, I'm going to ask you one question to conclude the show. I don't know. Did you hear let me come closer. Did you hear the recent audio from Chris Anno claiming that they've been able to secure, the United States of America is able to acknowledge that Ambazonia is a nation? Did you hear that audio at all?
I did not listen to that audio, but overall, if somebody like Timo Naj, in the course of his discussion with our director, Ta Paddy King, he mentions Ambazonia in the course of his interview or his discussion with Paddy, then automatically it stands.
Yes, I get your point.
I get your point. Automatically it stands. I don't need to go elsewhere because he is a seasoned diplomat, and before he talks, he has certain things in mind. If in the course of talking, especially during his interview with Paddy, he makes allusion to the southern Cameroons as Ambazonia. It means that it has spread. It is not only limited to him, but the America as a nation knows that we are a state. We are Ambazonian state.
A people.
The 55th nation in Africa. They know it. They know it.
Amen to that.
Amen to that. Yes.
Anyway, I really am happy that you were able to come on The Horizon, the voice of the Amber Woman. It's unfortunate we had some technical difficulties, but I hope the audio was good enough. I'm going to ask you your final question is this. As we conclude this great interview, what is your message to Southern Cameroonians worldwide, especially those living in Southern Cameroons, and also those living in La République du Cameroun? And after that, if you have any questions for me, I will be willing to take. But what is your final message to this population?
Dr. Bieru, can you come closer to your phone, please?
Yes, you are talking now, so I put your phone close to the TV.
Yeah, all right. As my message to Ambazonians, I will say this: no matter wherever you are, no matter whatever you no matter whatever you are, as far as you are an Ambazonia, have it in mind that God is on our side. Freedom, freedom, freedom is just near. Have no fear. Anywhere you are, just be happy. If you are in America and they are drafting, please don't even think. Don't everything you have in mind is, if you have the widow's mite draft, you are not wasting your money. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Freedom is ours in no distant future. Ambazonians some Ambazonians shall be blamed who were, who stayed behind. Who stayed behind. But do you know something, Dr. Patience? Whether you stood behind or not, when victory comes, it will be for all of us.
Amen.
Let nobody think that, victory will be only for the person who drafted or the person who has been contributing. No. If you, in the past, just as we mentioned those parliamentarians and the ministers who are hooked over there, they are chicken-hearted. When victory comes, when freedom comes, we say, come on, Oga, una come. Muna no run. Come over and let us celebrate the victory. The victory is ours. So I think that's how I will end. But before I end, Dr. Abiedo, please, can you just, if time is against us, could you just allow me just 1 minute? Let me say something as a last, something I have in mind.
Oh, please do. We have time for that. Go ahead.
Okay. What I have to say here is that you and me and several others, we know that in 1961, is it 64 countries or 63? Can you just remind me? 64 countries. 64 countries voted for our independence.
Yes, 64.
64. 64. And those countries are there.
Mm-hmm.
What I want, what I wish that our president do is to trigger these countries to a certain level. Let them understand that they voted for the independence of Southern Cameroon in 1961. And tell them that here we are, we need their recognition. We need their recognition. If not, why did they vote for our independence? They voted for our independence, and somewhere along, they gambled it, but we are fighting to restore it. They should come. Hello?
I'm listening you. Go ahead.
Yeah, they should come back in the same logic and come out in the same logic and say to the world that we voted for the independence of these people. They annexed them along the way. Now they are restoring their independence. We are for them. We have to recognize them. I think that is the task If I happen to meet Dr. Sako, our president of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, I think I will talk with him. I will talk with him one-on-one and tell him the importance of that vote, of those votes in 1961. That they were not only limited to that hall, but they remain permanent and forever. And the countries that voted for us, they should come out. Those 64 countries should come out and say, yes, we voted for them. Now, they because of one reason or the other, they have come out now to restore their independence. We are recognizing them. Whether the other people like it or not, we are recognizing them. That's what we expect from them. Then secondly, I was carrying out, when I was in the country last year, sometimes around August, I took a walk. I took a walk down to. I went down. I was around town, and this opinion pool. I made it. I covered it along the commercial avenue. I started at the city chemist roundabout. I went to the entrance of the main market, and I ended at T Junction. Guess what happened, Dr. Abiedu? I just stopped a woman at city chemist roundabout, and I asked her, Madam, please, just a minute. In fact, we chatted in English, in Pidgin. I said, no, this person was a man. I said, yes, sir. This thing we didn't make them so. All these wars, killings. We know to stop this thing so. We will stop them so that we begin then go for school, and then we get a peaceful atmosphere, and then. You know what he replied?
No.
He almost got annoyed with me. He said, no, sir, now just because I get respect for you, see, man, we don't start this thing since. We will just say this thing will last like for 3 months, and then we'll go with countries. But now we don't make like 7 years. We know if we go back. We know if we go back. Now only ahead. We cannot go back. So you talk this thing, so it be like say it enter for this year, it come out for that other year. I beg. No, we know if we go back. Whether not die or we will die, but we know if we go back. The significance of that is that the significance of what he said is that we are heading for freedom, and freedom shall be achieved. I moved to the main market. This time was a lady. I met her and I said, Madam, now 5 o'clock, how you, now 4:30, how you just wait me, I ask you some small thing. She said, yes. I said, this thing where it happened, so, Master, for 6 o'clock, they close market. People, they don't fish down for bad drink as we used to drink before. No, we stop this thing. They kill picking them. No, we try to stop this thing. You know what that lady said? I beg you, sir. No, make a man talk some bad talk for you. Will this thing be start? So it can't reach now. Every day, they follow we would gone. Kill with picking them. Kill women them. Then you want somebody to stop them? If we stop them, we will turn being as slaves. We will turn being as slaves. And then we're picking them. We're picking them. They will just be in a slaves. Our descendants will be slaves. Then she told me that, no, I beg, I did hurry. I did stay right from Gomgang. I did hurry for enter buy something. So that 6 o'clock no meet on me. I beg, leave and so, leave that talk. Then I went to T Junction. I said, let me sit down and take a drink. There is a popular drinking place there. And then when I sat down, a couple came and sat opposite me, and I tabled the same thing to them. Guess what? The lady stood up, took her bag, and said, "Look, if we want to drink our mimbo and go before it is dusk, if that is what you want to tell us, no, we'll leave this place. We'll leave this place." How? We don't suffer. Some man they suffer in the shop. We are suffering like that for our children, so that I'm preparing for their tomorrow. Then you say, "I'm gonna live and wait." Things they don't do with you know. Sometimes you talk this thing so you will bush faller. Man, no. Because any normal thinking, any normal person who is there for this town, for this Bamenda, he knew which way they happen. So, conclusively, I said, when you pick an opinion at that tail of the road, you pick an opinion in the middle, and then you pick an opinion at the other end. Dr. Abiedo, don't you see that everybody in town, you can use that to conclude that everybody in town thinks that way. Am I okay?
You're okay. I'm listening to you. 5 on 5.
Yes. So then, in fact, that is what I wanted to add, and then lastly, I would say La République has only one reason to fight us. This is their thing that they say indivisibility. Cameroon is indivisible. That's just what they hang on. But we have a couple of reasons. Why we are fighting. Can they sit on the table with us and talk? How would they buttress their arguments? Do they have facts? They don't have any facts. But we have tons and tons of facts that we will use on them and dismiss them. In fact, with them, there's no game. What they are doing now on us is a ball game that will soon end. Yeah. And let me tell you, this man is just using this war he has declared on us to finish his mandate. Yeah. And what is killing him is shame. He is very, in fact, shame will not allow him to come up in the air and declare a ceasefire. He cannot do that. You see? So on that note, Dr. Abiedo, except you want me to continue, I don't know. Yeah.
No, I want to thank you so much, Dr. Rufasa. We have really come to the end of the program. I just really appreciate. I hope our viewers and listeners have really gathered so much insight from what you've told us today. And I don't want to reveal who you are, and we just know that you're somewhere in Africa, and to keep you safe. And next time we have a show on the horizon that we think you can come on, we'll invite you again. But your take-home message will be well taken to the president in terms of reaching out to those 64 countries that voted for independence in 1961. And also your message about the sacrifices of the people. The fact that the markets are closed at 6 o'clock and people are not enjoying themselves like they used to do in the past. The fact that you have ghost towns every country Sunday. These are all sacrifices that people want to reap the benefit. You cannot give up when you're going on a journey and you're in the water. You cannot give up in the middle of the water. You will drown, right? So we keep on going till we get to our final destination. So thank you so much for coming on the horizon today, the voice of the Amber Woman. I will just say goodbye to you now, and then I will make a couple of announcements. Goodbye.
Yeah, but just wait a bit. I'm working my arm up to the ARF, our soldiers on the ground. In fact, I work my arm for them and I dug my heart for them, for the big job that they are doing for us. So, and with you with the president of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, Dr. Sako, and his cabinet, I say, keep it on. Keep it up. Keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Your last words were well taken. Goodbye. Thank you so much.
Goodbye, Dr. Patience.
Okay, listeners and viewers, we hope you enjoyed today's program. We started with a few difficulties, but before we end, I just want to make this announcement just in case people did not hear it. It's just going to be quick. Give me a quick moment, please. It has to do with the audio that some of you may have heard from Chris Anu. So I want you guys to listen to this because I'm sure.
Secretary of State for Communication and IT for the interim government. Today is Thursday, October 5th, 2023. Dear Ambazonians, dear ARF, I come to you today for talk about this audio where Chris Anu sent out recently, purporting a major breakthrough for the independence of Ambazonia. First, he claims we need two elements where your help will forget independence: firepower and diplomacy. On the part of firepower, he claims it is secretly fund the ARF at the home front. But we all know funding the ARF not be a secret thing. We know about the draft where we conduct them at the level of the counties or even at the federal level for help support this effort for the home front. We know the last time we Chris, if he ever holds anything where resemble a draft, it be collect $800. I don't know how much it be go to the ARF. And if it thinks in that kind of money, it did drive this struggle, then I don't be sure say it be part of the struggle. The second thing we talk will be even more intriguing. Now say either procure the services of a lobby to seek recognition at the level of the UN, other continental and regional organizations. And if so talk say don't discuss with diplomats, so we'll get a referendum through a UN-sponsored process. Dear Ambazonians, we've not already push aside this idea of a referendum. I don't know why Chris Anu to bring it up again. But the most intriguing or most controversial part of the message, I say don't announce that America don't already recognize we through the registration in the Department of Justice as Federal Republic of Ambazonia. If the Department of Justice it don't already recognize we, why do we have to go through a lobby in order to establish a UN-sponsored referendum in Ambazonia? That one I don't understand. But I want to remind... Alert. This is Dr. Martin Mungwa, Secretary of State for Communication and IT for the interim government. Today is Thursday, October 5th, 2023. Dear Ambazonians, dear ARF, I come to you today for talk about this audio where Chris Anu sent out recently, purporting a major breakthrough for the independence of Ambazonia. First, he claims we need two elements where your help will forget independence: firepower and diplomacy. On the part of firepower, he claims it is secretly fund the ARF at the home front. But we all know funding the ARF not be a secret thing. We know about the draft where we conduct them at the level of the counties or even at the federal level for help support this effort for the home front. We know the last time we Chris, if he ever holds anything where resemble a draft, it be collect $800. I don't know how much it be go to the ARF. And if it thinks in that kind of money, it did drive this struggle, then I don't be sure say it be part of the struggle. The second thing will be even more intriguing. Now say either procure the services of a lobby to seek recognition at at the level of the UN, other continental and regional organizations. And if you sort of say you don't discuss with diplomats, so we'll get a referendum through a UN-sponsored process. Dear Ambazonians, we don't already push aside this idea of a referendum. I don't know why Chris Ano to bring her up again, but the most intriguing or most controversial part of the message now say don't announce that America don't already recognize we through the registration in the Department of Justice as federal Ambazonia. If the Department of Justice it don't already recognize, why do we have to go through a lobby in order to establish a UN-sponsored referendum in Ambazonia? That one I don't understand. But I want to remind Chris Ano, say the recognition of a foreign country not be through registration of the Department of Justice. That the State Department it recognize any foreign nation, not Department of Justice. So I don't know where Chris Ano it get his own instructions or it get his own advice. So and furthermore, Chris Ano get for understand say Ambazonians them they wait na results, not promises. Dr. Sako it don't consistently show results. The TPS, the temporary protected status, where they extend them when you finish this December now, through the actions of Dr. Sako. Now you work with Congress for make sure say me Ambazonians them they don't be harassed when this TPS they expire for December. And we will get a tweet after 20 meetings with congressional Democrats and Republicans before he even announced for the world say they meet with Congress. We know why, because Dr. Sako want results. We don't get press conferences where we talk to international journalists about our plight. I don't know when Chris Ano we don't hold a similar press conference or talk about our plight. The structure of our last independence celebration, including September 30th and October 1st, this one are all actions for Dr. Sako. And for the first time, the president's speech will be delivered in 4 languages, including Pidgin, we get English, French, and Portuguese. These are results. Dr. Sako, they work on results, not promises. I understand, say, Chris Ano get the right for talk anything you want, and that one are true. But for you for convince Ambazonians, you get for show with results, not promises. We don't hear about the promise for Quebec monologue. And Chris Ano will be the first for talk city to go for Canada. Where are the results? Chris Ano will not see any results. Talking about collaboration, we will ask Chris Ano who will try for destroy the interim government. And same Chris Ano, he don't ever explain to us why he be doing and what are the results. He tell us what the results are. And now he try for collaborate. On the basis of what? We need for see the results. Every result with Chris Ano don't try for get them and for tear we apart, for lie to us. And this is not going to be the first nor the last. So I just want to remind Ambazonians they be on the lookout, because the interim government will be out for results, not on promises. Thank you. I have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much. That is what I wanted you to hear about. But let me just say something as a follow-up to that. So there is a form out there. There's a form that is titled Short Form Registration Statement, pursuant to the Foreign Agents Registration Act 1938. In that form, this agent called Joseph Slivak, Szlavik, has registered, has filed a document indicating that he is or will act as an agent of Ambazonia, the Southern Commons. So he filed this thing just at the end of last month, at the end of September. That thing is dated September 26. So it has just been filed. It has not been approved yet. So this somebody is applying that he wants to represent as a lobbyist. We don't mind lobbyists if you're going to do something that benefits us. There's no problem with that. How does Chris Ano then interpret this as what our Secretary of Communication just said, that the United States of America has recognized Ambazonia as a nation? How do you leap from point A to point Z when something's still in the process for somebody applying to represent you as a lobbyist? So Chris Ano is just being a scammer, trying to raise funds for himself. That's all he's trying to do, raise funds for himself. So Ambazonians, be warned, and keep your monies to yourself, or invest it in the people that are truly fighting. You know, one thing is clear. Chris Ano had nothing to show for October 1st. And then he comes up with this audio to show that he's doing something. He's not doing anything. So our Secretary of State of Communication has explained to you why his audio makes no sense. But basically, his main goal is to get money from you. Because if you remember in that audio, he's asking for unity, he's asking for people to fund these lobbies. He wants money to come in to fund these lobbies. That's all he's after, your money. So beware. I'm going to end the show today. I thank you for staying tuned. I thank you for being here on the Horizon. And we had a great guest today. We had some difficulties in the beginning, but he left us with some important messages that we should reach out, our president should reach out to those countries that voted for independence in 1961, and that we are all, especially those in the home front, are sacrificing on a daily basis, not enjoying your life like you normally did before the war, where you could stay out till past beyond 6 p.m., where you have ghost towns and where the kids are not going to school. All those things are the pangs of war. So he also said that freedom is around the corner. And when that freedom comes, we'll enjoy it and everything will be worth it. And he also appreciated our ARFs. So with that note, I want to thank you. Till we see you next Friday on the Horizon. Bye for now.
Dear Mogamoans, fellow Ambazonians, this is Valentine Ghana, the LGA chairman for Mogamo. I come to you to add my voice to the voices of ants that have been expressing sadness at the very, very unfortunate events that transpired in Guzan with the brutal murder of 2 Mogamo natives. That kind of an execution, or the execution of any Mogamo, is wrong, irrespective of what they did. Neither the Mogamo LGA administration nor the interim government headed by Dr. Samuel Sako has ever promoted, been part of this kind of an activity. Neither the Mogamo LGA administration nor the interim government of Dr. Samuel Sako has ever asked or demanded on Mogamoans on the home front to pay any taxes, any ransom, any levies to any group purporting to be in this struggle. Whatever these 2 individuals are suspected of having done, their execution was against our culture, was against our tradition, was against our norms, was against our religion, and was against any norms of civilized behavior. The Ambazonia Defense Forces, also called the ADF, is directly responsible for this act. The head of the ADF, Mr. Cho Ayaba, and his murderous soldier, Efan, all of them working in partnership with Cameroon's Minister of Territorial Administration, Mr. Nji Atanga, are responsible for creating these covert armed groups that are specifically aimed at killing and torturing our people, like they did in Gabu, like they did in Kwakwa, like they did in murdering the school children in Kumba, like they've done all over Ambazonia. Fellow Mogamons, we have been going through an onslaught of murders, tortures, kidnappings, rapes by both the Cameroon government and by its sister force headed by Cho Ayaba, the Ambazonian Defense Force. The people of Mogamo have borne to have bear the brunt of a lot of these atrocities. This has to end. If you are a Mogamoan and it doesn't pain you in the heart to see what the ADF has been doing and the ADF has done in Mogamo, then maybe you don't have a pulse. Self-defense is our right. Self-defense of our people who are armless and defenseless is our duty. We owe it to ourselves, and we definitely owe it to our people. The Cameroon government's forces in Mogamo are definitely helping the ADF to commit these atrocities on our people. We will be taking steps to ensure that we can secure the means for our people to defend themselves. I will be putting a communique by the end of today, October 5th, 2023. The Mogamo LGA executive will be having an emergency meeting tomorrow evening to brainstorm on how to address this. We will also be organizing a Mogamo General Assembly on Saturday, October 7th, 2023 at 3 p.m. We call on all Mogamo Mogamoans to do all they can to attend this General Assembly, so that with one voice we can begin to come up with the strategies that will help to defend our people. We are calling on our people to rise up with their voices, with their resources, and yes, to secure the means through which we can bring safety to our people. We know the Cameroon government is interested in seeing our people killing each other so that they can foster their aims of continuing to colonize and annex our people and escape the wrath of UN resolutions 1608 and 1514, which will give them the power to continue to enslave our people, to continue to enslave Ambazonia. This is the task that has certainly been given to Cameroon's Minister of Territorial Administration, Mr. Paul Nji Atanga. And this is the task and the purpose which Mr. Paul Nji Atanga is sharing with Mr. Cho Ayaba, to use the ADF to weaken, to kill, to rape, and to execute our people. As the Mogamo LGA executive, or as part of and the head of the Mogamo LGA executive, we have been tasked to attend to the needs of our people, to secure the means that are possible to defend our people from the murderous and genocidal Cameroon government. We have a litany of events all over Mogamo and all over Ambazonia where the Cameroon government forces have been killing our defenseless people, innocent children, mothers, grandmothers, fathers, and grandfathers, the crippled. Nobody is spared from these actions of the Cameroon government. Fellow Mogamons, there are a lot of things for us to address, including the issue of the leadership of our LG and the resurgence of activity that will contribute to finally address this curse, this aberration, these atrocities that have been perpetuated by the ADF on our people. I look forward to meeting with you on Saturday, October 7th at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, and begin to take those steps that are necessary, that are essential to address the ADF on our people. With my experience over the past 2.5 years and some of the betrayals that we've had, I know the journey is not going to be easy. I know the challenges are going to be tough. I know the criticisms will come from several angles, ceaselessly. But fellow Mogamons, we do not have a choice. We can either sit idly by and observe the partnership of the Cameroon government, its Minister of Territorial Administration, Paul Nji Atanga, its genocidal generals, working with the ADF to continue killing our people, or employing the right of self-defense. We can take those steps to ensure that our people have a modicum of safety. I look forward to speaking with you. I look forward to planning with you, and I look forward to taking successful actions that will enable us to address this scourge of our people in Mogamo. Thank you very much. God bless you all. And again, my profound condolence to the families who lost siblings, who lost brothers, whose fathers were executed in Guzan, and all the other Mogamoans who have faced the brunt of this terrorist ADF force on our people. We can do something, and we will do something. God bless you again, and take care.
You are watching The Horizon, the voice of the Amber Woman, exclusively on ABC Amber TV.